me, Arumoso, thank you for the responsibility being standing on you in coordinating the subcommittees. So, on behalf of the entire school, we welcome everyone onto this call, and definitely, I know that it's going to be, it's going to be a mind-blowing session, and definitely, it's going to open our eyes more to what roles that we have to play in this, in this present age when it comes to sustainability. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Chair. Okay, I will just want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Dapo for accepting to speak to us today. And currently, Mr. Dapo, in fact, your passion in regards to safety is just top notch, because as we speak, Mr. Dapo is supposed to be sleeping because he's in Australia. It's 2 a.m. currently in Australia, but he had to do this for us. So on behalf of my chair and every one of us, like my chair said, we appreciate you, we thank you. So I'm just going to just dive into Mr. Dapo's profile, because if I say I want to read his whole profile, it may be 1 week, I'm not yet done, but I'll just give you just a brief of Mr. Dapo's profile. So Mr. Dapo Omalade is the CEO of Hybrid Group. I hope you can hear me all, please.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. Continue.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Dapo Malade is the CEO of Hybrid Group, a one-stop shop for safety and project management training and consulting services. He is a safety and sustainability consultant with over 24 years experience across several sectors, including the oil and gas, the energy, construction, manufacturing, FMCG, and various others. With a master's degree in environmental management and safety and several other professional certifications, he is actively involved in ISO management system development, improvements, implementation, and certification. He has chaired many reputable organizations, including IOSH West Africa, ASSP, OSSN, etc. Mr. Dapo is the co-founder and national coordinator of Safety Advocacy and Empowerment Foundation, which is an NGO, and a member of the ILO/FMLE Technical Committee on Nigerian OSH Profiling. He is an alumnus of Lagos Business School, Harvard School of Public Health, Columbia Southern University, and the London School of Business Finance. He is a member of several professional and chartered associations: ISPON, IOSH, ASSP, OSSN, SPIN, CIOD. And right now, I want to make welcome Mr. Dapo Omolade, one of my mentors. I greet you, especially, sir. Over to you, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Nigeria, so don't worry. It's just a transit for the World Congress. Hopefully in another few days, I'm back to my base. So thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be in our midst today, and thank you for everyone who has joined. And I think I'm excited at what is happening in IOSH West Africa right now with time management and all of that. In addition to push, to continue to engage and develop one another, I'm also excited that we are beginning to. IOSH West Africa is gaining the momentum that it needs. So thank you to the chair, Tokwe, and the team, and also to everyone who have put this together. So in the next 38 minutes or thereabout, we'll be having a conversation. It looks like it's a presentation, but I'll make it in a conversational way so that we can have some input from every one of us. I hope the participants have opportunity to unmute and speak so that we can actually have a robust conversation around this in the next 38 minutes. All right, thank you so much. So I'll be speaking quickly. I'll be interacting on the topic sustainability management as an OSH professional. And I think this topic, as Kemi said, couldn't have been at the right time, because for OSH professionals globally, if there's any time we should be excited, if there's any time we should be jumping around, if there's any time that the prayers that we have had for many years to be recognized and to be acknowledged, because that's have been the prayers of many of us. I don't know how many of us have been recognized in your different countries, but I practice in Nigeria. And I know for many years, we seek to be recognized. We seek to be respected, that again, we are doing something that the business wants. We are part of the business success and all of that. And that, desire has eluded us for so many years. And the current reality of sustainability and the push for sustainability is our very best time to come to the table and to come to the table and be able to make decisions. And, if we do not do that, then we'll be missing too much for ourselves. So that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon, just for us to look at what do we need to do. So in my objectives for this presentation, I've stated very clearly that we'll look at the link between OSH and sustainability. We'll see how OSH professionals can leverage on their experience and competence, because to be an OSH professional, there's a lot of competence development. There's a lot of experience that we have to gain through skills. So how do we leverage on this to drive sustainability in its entirety and achieve a fulsome benefit, not just for the business, but even for ourselves as professionals? We're looking at how OSH professional can build competence to drive sustainability. So yes, we are bringing some competence to the table. Are there additional competencies that we need to now develop? The answer is yes. For many years, some of us have gathered so many qualifications. We've done so many courses. I'm sure some of you, if you write your CV and put all your CPD training and all of that, you will write a book. So it means a lot have been learned. But do we have all that it takes to play on the table of sustainability? The answer is definitely no. So this presentation will also try to open us up to what should we be looking for. It's a mentorship program or mentorship presentation. So it is important that we can actually factor some do's. What should be on your next bucket? Your next to-do list. What am I going to do next? What do I need to do next? And I've tried to, in my little knowledge, because we are all just running on this race of sustainability. So I've been very, careful to share some of the things I'm also trying to learn. So this is about, because sustainability journey now is almost starting for most of us. Some of us are lucky to have started a few years before, but we are all starting it. And by the way, let me say it, you don't have a choice as an OSH professional than to go on this pathway. There's no choice, actually. Yes, you will still be relevant in what you're doing, but you will be more impactful. You will not just be recognized, but you will be celebrated when sustainability is brought into that bucket of what you're already doing. And you can. So you can actually be an OSH professional and also be part of that, because indeed you are in the sustainability area, but are there things you need to do? We're going to look at that. And then some indicators that we must consider to make us relevant in helping our organization to achieve sustainability. We'll look at that as well in the conversation. So let's start from sustainability 101. And I'm sure many of us here would have seen this definition of this sustainability, of this word, when it started about 1987, and the United Nations Broadland Commission defined sustainability. So if I'm going to get one or two persons, if you want to use chat room, it's fine. This is big English here that we can all read on the screen, but I would love anybody, one or two persons here to try and define sustainability to a 5-year-old. A 5-year-old, yeah, I think a 5-year-old would be good, because it should be able to understand what you're talking about. So if you have a 5-year-old child, cousin, or niece or nephew, and comes around and say, oh, dad, uncle, and they mention sustainability in our school today, what exactly does it mean? So I don't mind anybody raising their hand or anybody who doesn't want to raise can, anybody that has an answer can also put it in the chat room. I won't continue until I have answers on this. So who wants to? Yeah, thank you, Richard. Okay, good. Answer coming up now. Richard, please unmute, and the class here is going to be judging if a 5-year-old will understand what you have said. So it's not just me. All right, Richard, let's go.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Yeah.
Yeah. So as we said earlier, my name is Richard, and I'm joining from Ghana.
Right.
So I would tell my 5-year-old cousin that sustainability simply means that preserving or keeping something for everyday use. Preserving or keeping something for everyday use. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's keep it at keeping everything for everyday use. I think a 5-year-old will understand that. I think so. All right. So Michelle, yes, please, can you unmute and talk? Yeah, Richard, you can drop your hand. Michelle, it's your turn.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle. I'm joining from Port Harcourt.
Right.
I'm going to tell my 5-year-old that sustainability simply means using the land, the air, and the sea that God gave us in a way that their own children can come and get the benefits of those same resources.
Okay. I love that. So using, if you paraphrase, using everything that you are seeing right now so that those that are coming after us can still have access to it and enjoy what we're enjoying. Makes sense.
Sir.
Makes sense, Michelle. Thank you very much. Yes. Any other person want to add? Yeah, Michelle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. Yes. Fatih's hand is on. Yeah.
Okay. We have some
comments. Some comments in the chat room, right?
Hello, sir. We have some comments, yes, in the chat room.
In the chat room,
Gabriel said, maintaining your future and yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Fatih, can you?
Yeah, so sustainability simply coined will mean that we should have at the back of our mind that we own this together with the future generation. It doesn't belong to us all alone. If that's at the back, we begin to know that they are more than us. That's the generation yet to come is more than us. So we have to take our own share, which is going to be very minimal, leaving the best part of it or the most part of it for those that are yet to come. Simply put, thank you.
Okay. Your 5-year-old will be very intelligent to understand this, but I think I understand what you mean. So to take our own share of what it is and leave the remaining for those that are coming. So we cannot finish it now. I think that's what you are saying. We cannot finish what we have now, or we must not finish it. We must live for the generation that is coming. Thank you very much. I mean, for all the conversation that we have here, I think we are on course, because this word is not something that only a 50-year-old should understand, because sustainability in its real sense applies to everyone. So if you tell a 5-year-old that, then there's something you're already building in the person, in the mentality that I cannot waste anything. I should not waste a resource. E.g., I know how 5 years do. If you have them in your area, you understand that they can get to the tap and decide to wash their hand for the next 30 minutes. If you don't have a 5-year-old that likes water and just go to the tap and run the tap all the time, and you chase the person, you chase him away from there, hey, Junior, leave that place. As you turn your back, Juniors go back again and on the tap. Sometimes I wonder, what exactly do they enjoy from the noise of that tap? Where when I was growing up, I didn't really think I have so much access to tap. But you see them, they can run that water. I just want to wash my hands. Okay, I want to go to the bathroom. They'll go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Of course, they're not doing anything. They just want to press the water. They just want to press on the floor, on the flusher, and just make sure the water, rushes. And I think that gives them some excitement. If you tell that child that, do you know what you are doing now means the water can finish, and those that are coming will not have water to use, the child will start wondering, so it can finish, yes. So sustainability also means you cannot afford to be going to the water and be turning on the and be rushing the water or flushing the toilet all the time, because it can finish. Now, why I'm putting this from the beginning is Sustainability is not about the adults alone. It's not about you alone. It's not about the old people alone. It's not about the intelligent people and the professors. It's about every one of us. Look at what definition we gave. Using a resource to know that others that are coming should have access to it. Everyone uses the resource, everyone. So either it's in the village, it's in the town, it's an elderly person, it's a young person, we all use the resources that are available. That means sustainability is a conversation for everyone. And it has to go to that level. That's why I've told you to define it in the simplest form that anybody can understand. The definition here by the Brundtland Commission is very clear. Meeting the needs of the present. We are in the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. But there's a definition I saw here, which I put here, which for me is giving me an orientation that is more robust. And this also came from part of that conversation, that sustainability is a social goal. Remember, meeting the needs is like an objective. It's like a goal. You have set a goal for yourself. I'm meeting my needs. I do not want to compromise the ability of generations coming to meet their own need. So it's like setting a goal for yourself. And they put it there, they say sustainability is a social goal. And please note that word social, because that's where we're going to. Because you need to understand that as an OSH practitioner or professional, you actually play in the social aspect of human life. And please note that very well. You are within the social because the emphasis for OSH professionals is about people. People. So it's a social goal for people to coexist on this earth over a long time. How long that will be, I'm sure many of us will not be able to answer that. I don't know. But to be able to coexist, to be able to work together, have resources for yourself, and ensure people, so it's not just you, but wherever they are, they can have access to the same thing. And this is a quick food for thought. Sustainability is no longer about doing less harm. It's about doing more good. We cannot choose between economic growth and sustainability. We need to have both of them. We must have them both. And I love the final one. It says sustainability is the balance between the environment, the economy, and the ethics. We will discuss this very well in the next coming slide. So you understand that this sustainability we're talking about is like, it's supposed to be like a contract. The way I say it today, right now, I'm saying like it's a goal, it's a contract that we all need to sign. And what do you have in that contract? Hey, these resources that you have that appear to be abundant right now to you is not infinite. It will finish. It can be exhausted. You have a responsibility that when you are using it in your mind, you're telling yourself, am I using this in such a way that generations coming will not have access? Generation coming, maybe if it's too far for you to consider. What about the next person to you? In Nigeria today, you can see, or in Africa today, you can see that some part of Africa or West Africa have excess of some things, while some other parts are lacking in it. So it also tells you that if they are lacking that same resources, then some people need to have it. So the generation coming that we're looking at is not even the one, somebody is saying maybe the generation that will come in 1,000 years' time. No. In our present reality now, some people are already suffering from the misuse or abuse or overuse of the resources that we have. So it means sustainability is practicable right now. We are not doing it because of another 1,000 years that some of us may not even see, when it comes to that. Let's do the OSH 101. I won't talk about this much because if you're on this platform, I'm sure this is what you do. If you're an active practitioner or professional, you can define this much better than the way I've written it here, what OSH is. And to summarize it for me, it simply means ensuring that humans, you can categorize them to workers, to volunteers, because it's not everybody that falls into that position of workers, but humans are protected, they are safe, they are prevented from harms that can happen to them. Now, it tells you quickly that there's possibility of harm taking place. If a harm can take place, it means somebody needs to ensure that the harm does not take place. So in practice, it means caring for people, protecting people, workers alike, people that are not working, because you have public safety. You have people that are not in a workplace and yet they get injured. You know, most part of the world today have a lot of emphasis on public safety. So it's not just about in a workplace. Oh yeah, this safety self, it's not just about the workplace. Okay, I'm not in the office. Okay, I'm not working. Okay, I don't have a job I'm doing. What about what happens to you in the public when you're using the public space? What if there's something that hurts you? Shouldn't somebody be responsible? In saner society, the government are the people that protect the public space. They must protect publicly because I have a right to come and sit down and say, I just want to enjoy the cool breeze, the cool air of the environment. If something happens to me while I'm there, then somebody needs to be saying, what should I have done that I did not do? So indeed, OSH is key, and we understand what it means. Everybody knows what this means beyond what I'm defining here. So, but just to put a context because of where we're going to, we need to link these two now, OSH and sustainability, and see where the link is. So let's go now in the linking. Sustainability, from what we have defined, rests on three pillars. They call it economics, call it ethics, call it environment. In other, you call it planet, you call it people, or you call it a profit. Now, these are the three pillars that sustainability stands on. Let me state from beginning here, none of these pillars can be compromised, because what we have seen happening with the first people that are pushing sustainability, and why people are finding it difficult to say, I'm accepting what you are saying, is because there seems to be a subtle emphasis on one of the pillars against the other pillar. For example, environmental pillar has enjoyed a lot of support to the extent that the owners of the business are also beginning to say, what about the profit? Are we going to protect the environment and allow the economy to suffer? So these three are foundation. I've not been able to see anywhere in any literature where it has been ranked to say this is more important than this. However, in the management of this, organizations, countries, and people decide which one should they emphasize above the other, just as we have seen in OSH. If you have followed OSH for many years, you will see that the occupational health was very silent. People don't even talk about it. That's why we call us as safety people. I'm a safety professional. So some of us don't even do anything that has to do with OH, which is the occupational health. And in the last 10 years, emphasis came back to the OSH, especially when the data starts showing from ILO data that almost 60 to 70% of those that are actually affected are affected through occupational health pathway, not the safety. You look at the data of 2.2 million people affected, you see maybe 367,000 safety, another 1.7 million occupational health. So if you follow OSH in the last 5-10 years, you will see that there are more emphasis to the OH now. Reason is it was neglected for a long time because it is not very visible. Same thing is happening right now in sustainability. Some arm are being left behind. And that arm that is being left behind, interestingly, is the arm that health and safety is supposed to be resident, the people. There's a leaving behind of the people because the owners of the funds, I'll show you a slide right now. The owners of the funds are coming from the profit point. The people who are pushing that you cannot destroy the environment are coming from the planet. Then the people that are supposed to be part of that three are also being considered, okay, what do we need to do? Don't worry, they'll be fine. They can take care of themselves. And that's beginning to show in how people are managing it. I don't know if anybody has any practical experience of this that you have seen in your workplace, how in these three, there is an emphasis to one against the other. Anybody has that experience, please share with us, either by chat or you want to raise your hand. You know, I would like to hear if anybody is, because this is going on and their research is showing now. But if your business is already having that emphasis on one or two of the three? Let's hear from you. Anybody, please? Because what we want to do today is to make sure that, yeah. Yes, go ahead. Thank you. Who's speaking?
Okay, my name is Alemaya Shea Peter.
All right, thank you.
All right. Now, without wasting much time, laying emphasis on people, planet, and profit, I want to say, okay, for instance, where I work, the standpoint has basically be on the aspect of profit, neglecting majorly the planet and the people. So oftentimes, irrespective of how the people feel, their mental health, their emotions, and how they view the work environment, the whole essence is, okay, we want to make profit. This was why we established this organization and all that.
That's right.
So you tend to see a kind of imbalance along the line, such that the profit takes a higher matrix, then the people are almost relegated to the background. Then, of course, the planet is all more or less in non-existence to them. But somehow discover that in the process of chasing this profit, these same people tend to get involved in one kind of accident or the other.
Absolutely.
Then the same profit we have been chasing, we now use it again to treat these people. Then we have issues with regulation. We take from same profit, not regulations, and impact on environment as well. So at the end of the day, like you said, sir, we cannot take one and forget the others. Both of them need to go hand in hand, so you have an even environment or even workplace. Thank
you very much. Thank you so much. I mean, you have gone to the conclusion of this conversation, but that's fine, because indeed there is a consequence if one is prioritized over the other. Gideon, please.
Yeah, I was in an explosive manufacturing company where we were certified for ISO 9001 and 14001. So you could see the focus, quality and environment, living the health and safety of the people. And meanwhile, if quality fails for an explosives, if quality fails, it affects human beings. I'll just
Thank you. Thank you very much. So you see, so I know this is going on even in the OSH. For many of them, many of the organizations today that are embracing sustainability, they are doing exactly when they did when they were embracing OSH. And unfortunately, there will be a consequence. Each of the pillars is essential for sustainable outcome to be achieved. If you look at the graphics I have here, you will see that when you emphasize only one or two, you get something that is different from sustainability. And this is very good. I mean, when I attended the session under IFC, where this was really emphasized, you can't say, oh, I'm doing environment, I'm doing profit. What you get is not sustainable. The three must have a kind of relationship that brings sustainability to the table. Oh, we love our environment. We love our people. You will not be sustainable until you bring the issue of economics to it. Oh, we love the planet. We want to keep the environment and want to just do our profit. Let the people stay where they are. You will not be sustainable. You will be a viable organization. I know what you mean by an organization being viable. You are profitable. You'll be a bearable, or you say, okay, we like people and profit. We don't care about the environment. It will be an equitable experience you are going to get. You are not going to be sustainable. So to have that sustainability, these three must be together. There is no one that is superior to the other. However, in achieving the goal of sustainability, there's something that needs to be done. So let's go there. I mean, you have seen this diagram so many times. I'll come back to it, but look at what I have at the other side, which some of us might not have seen before now. You will understand that in the 17 SDG goals that has been set, by the way, I think with the whole world in the last, COPs that was done, the whole world has achieved just about 15%, and 2030 is the end game. But in 8 years, we have achieved 15% since 2015. So you know where it is. And if you come back to the West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, and all of those places, I don't know if we have achieved up to 15%, but that's what we have in the record now. But if you look at the other rectangular distribution, what you will see is that within the 17 SDG goals, almost 50% of it are within the nucleus of social sustainability. Almost 50%, 8 out of 17. So it means Even though it is, I'm not saying one is a priority to the other, but I'm telling us, I'm taking this somewhere that you understand that as OSH professional, you actually have so much, because the link is so great, that what you have been doing for such a long time, protecting the people, ensuring that the people are safe, ensuring that the workplaces do not constitute hazard and risk to the health of the workers, is actually a big frame. But until you know what you have been doing, you do not know how you fit into the sustainability equation. And this is why this is very important for all of us. The safety of the people is the highest law, the safety. So indeed, the OSH professional, we are the safeguard for this highest law. We should be celebrating. You know, some of us, indeed, I've mentioned this before, came into this industry by accident. Some of us didn't even know what we're coming to do there. Some of you just came because it was the one thing that they said was happening, so you joined, or there was no job for you. Come and start here, and you find yourself here one way or the other. Because I'm still waiting for people that are intentionally, right from secondary school, now say they want to be safety professionals. You know, I'm looking for that to happen. You know, maybe it's already happening. That would be good news. So you have been there as a custodian of that highest law. Because if OSH professionals have not been there, then that law can never really be respected. Even with your presence in some of those places, like one of us said now, you still see a lot of dichotomy where organizations are not. So we have been in the forefront of social sustainability, but something is missing. And this is it. The present reality is that environmental professionals have effectively leveraged the sustainability movement to advance improvement in environmental outcomes. Resource usage. Everybody is hearing resource usage today. You are hearing emission reduction, global warming, greenhouse gas, through increased awareness, establishment of a collective vision, investment in innovations, promotion of transport. So much is happening. The environmental people have leveraged that thing, and you know that some people you discuss sustainability with now, the only thing they know about sustainability is the environmental sustainability. That's what they know, because it sounds that that's the only one that is existing. Let's go to the other leg, the business or the profit professional, and you know who they are. These are the people that owns the finance, the IFCs of this world, the IMF of this world, the donors, the people that give out the funds for every developmental processes. They have dominated conversation on sustainability because of the power of their resources. Like they say, he that pays the piper dictates the tune. They have the money. The money is in their institution, and so they control what they need to do. Now, for me, as an opinion, which I also have industry leaders that have substantiated this, the OSH professionals, we are waiting to be invited to the table that we are already sitting on. We are on that table, but we're waiting to be invited to eat. And that's funny, because I don't know if you have done an analysis in Nigeria today. I'm trying to do one to check, to really be very factual about this, but I'm saying it, that do you know, go to the LinkedIn pages and see the real ESG and sustainability professionals in Nigeria now, and tell me which industry are they coming from. Go and check. Majority of them that I know in Nigeria today that are pushing all these narratives are in the banks. I mean, they're in the banks. I'm wondering, yesterday you were counting money to pay me. Today you have become a sustainability guru. How? They didn't wait to be invited. They went straight to the table. We have been on the table, but we're waiting to be invited. And that is a dangerous place we have put ourselves. Because like I said in my introduction, we have the singular opportunity right now to achieve that recognition, that impact, that success that we have always wished ourselves. My random thought is this, but I've seen it being posted by some OSH leaders. And let me see one or two of them. In 2016, Shelley Frost, then Executive Director of Policy at Institution of Occupational Safety and Health, provided a concise advice on the value of sustainability for OSH professionals when she wrote that not recognizing, and please read this, this is not my word, it's from, you can see this, is available online. Not recognizing the opportunity that sustainability brings will leave OSH professionals at the risk of being left behind in reactive compliance-focused roles. Ensuring that you protect employees' safety, health, welfare, and well-being is a value that has proven to motivate workforces, enhance business reputation, and reduce business risk. Now, what is sustainability about? Is ensuring you motivate the workforce, you enhance the profit of the organization, and you reduce the business risk. And she says very well, OSH professionals are at the risk of being left behind. Since 2016, 7 years ago, that was said very clearly. So you can see that there's something supporting what I'm saying, because indeed it's becoming very obvious. Sometime last year or 2 years ago, I started raising some awareness on this sustainability issue. And I was asking some questions from the OSH professional. It's been going on for many years before then. But it was almost like maybe it's a competition we're seeing or something. Without knowing that we are actually on the table, we should be the one eating on it. Sorry, there's a noise somewhere, please.
Please, can you meet you? Okay, I can meet the person.
Yeah, please. Without knowing that you are actually it's like they say in the New Yoruba language or in the Nigerian parlance, that you cannot be where there's a noise somewhere. You cannot be where they are cooking and then you are hungry. You cannot be in the kitchen where the food is being made and then you are hungry. That's a very interesting thing. You cannot be on the table where these decisions are being made and then you are still waiting to be invited to say that, but what do you have to say? No, you're not inviting me to what do I want to say. I'm the one talking here, because this is what I've spent my 20 years life as an OSH professional doing. So I've actually been pushing the sustainability narrative before you stepped in. It's not about who came first. It's about realizing what we are supposed to do. If you watch one of the Catch the Wave that IOSH president, Louis Hoskin, did in 2022, this statement was also made very clearly. OSH is the foundation for a socially sustainable business. This interview is right there on YouTube, where it was clear, stated, and affirmed that our industry is the foundation for a sustainable business. So it means we are there, but are we pushing our narratives the way it should be? Let's see. So OSH and sustainability and employee safety are closely linked, and prioritizing them in the workplace create a resilient, a successful business model that benefits employees. That's from OSHA in 2023. So that's also a quote from them saying, the link between this is close. As a matter of fact, some of us do not even need to do so much to be able to participate on that table. But today, there was a CIPM, the HR gurus in Nigeria, had a conference in Abuja recently. I know in the last 4 or 5 years, I've been playing very well with HR, because I also understood that that's a group of people that are already on the table now discussing sustainability. And they're asking for the OSH support, that what should they say when they get there? If I get there, what do I need to say? So some of them are picking up safety knowledge right now and trying to learn safety. And some of the conversation in that conference was around sustainability in the HR. So you can see how many people are beginning to say, wow, this is not just a nice conversation to have. This is actually something that falls within our scope. So there's a link between it. The ongoing conversation is that social sustainability, and you can see what it contains. We go to the input, or what are the items under social within the group, within that profit, people, and the planet. You will see that you have OSH, you have human rights. So who is doing human rights activity in your organization? First, they will say HR, then they will say safety. Safety, can you please help? Labor relations, community engagement or liaison, diversity, equity, benefits, compensation, organization of work, supply chain, culture of the organization. All of these are within our scope of work. They are less understood, but they have gained less attention. The concept of environmental or social sustainability, rather than integrated vision of sustainable outcome, is misleading. So even for some of us that are environmentally biased, if you go environmental sustainability, it's saying that that's your priority. And it's very misleading, because you can't really achieve environmental sustainability if the people and the profits are not there. You will not achieve the goal. A focus on one aspect of sustainability, as we have witnessed, will result in unintended negative impact, such as tensions, competitions between goals, e.g. labor rights versus environment. So what did I say? It's time to change the narrative right now. And OSH people already on the table, it's time to wash our hands and begin to eat, because we have been there cooking for a long time. It's time to now eat. But waiting to be invited to eat is a disadvantage to all of us. So I say we have the advantages. Sustainability is our new support for OSH. Now, this is interesting because if your organization for a long time have not really supported OSH, many of them today are talking sustainability. Now, let me not kid you quickly. Some of them don't even understand what it means. But that is the trend. That's what they are hearing from the bankers. Are you sure this your business is sustainable? So some of them say, hey, what's this sustainability thing they're talking about? So you have a kind of a stamp right now because the support that you have been looking for was from management. Now, management is the one pushing sustainability right now. So you have a support for OSH because OSH is right there within it. So as a sustainability in the workplace, this is our new approach now for advancing worker safety and health. In what ways? That is the way we need to learn. How can we hear from the CEO talking about sustainability and use that to advance what we have been asking them to do for many years? I had one or two persons or three friends of mine and colleagues who mentioned this to me, and I said, my company is talking sustainability now. What do you think I should do to make sure that thing I've been asking for a long time, it's time to do it? One of them had a conversation with me recently, said, after I did that course, immediately I heard the MD saying sustainability. I said, sir, sustainability, you remember that? I said, no, don't worry. You did it by your own self, right? And you paid for it. No worry, the company will pay for it now because you are now a sustainability representative with our client. Suddenly, the training was going to go for that they didn't almost approve. You have to pay with his money and his leave to attend. Now, company paid for it. Say, that's sustainability you're talking about. That's what our client is saying right now. You are the one that represents us in that table anytime they are talking sustainability. So we have a new mechanism to push our OSH narrative. The support you have been looking for, you can get it right now if you really understand this. So I'll be rounding up shortly. So a social sustainable business means people are the core of the business. Your role is people protection. You are the one protecting the people that are working. Other things that you're protecting, like assets and the rest of them, they are secondary. Your primary goal is to protect the people as an OSH professional. They are your employees. They can be customers, suppliers, distributors, retailers, and neighbors. These people determine whether you have a productive workforce, a loyal customer, a healthy value chain, vibrant local communities, and supportive government. They have that responsibility to achieve that. And it is OSH that can bring that to the table. Their growth, prosperity, and well-being matter, and they are crucial to the success of your business. All of these were quotes from the Social and Human Capital Protocol of 2019 that tells the story of how OSH has now become a bedrock for what we need to do when it comes to sustainability. So employees are the heart of every organization. I've been hearing this for as long as I've been an employee, but indeed, people saying it, do they understand what it means? We understand it better because when you ensure that employee safety is guaranteed, you can prove that to an organization that you will be sustainable by ensuring that your people are emotionally stable to work. You are sustainable when your workers are happy. When they are happy, when they feel value, when they have, they understand that there's a benefit coming to them, when they can come in and support your system, your business will be sustainable only when those realities are made. They don't look like hard things to do, but as soft as they are, that is what is missing. You see a lot of infrastructure for environmental management, but you cannot see a simple hospital to take care of the people. You see, go to manufacturing companies in Nigeria, you see how much they spend on their environmental effluent control process. I'm talking about millions and millions, even billions for some organizations to build an ETP or anything to manage the environment and waste. Now, let's go to where the clinic that they take care of the workers that are working. You get to the clinic and you cannot find anything. You get there, a nurse that is not even qualified is the one treating the people. Oh, we need to put them on a bed. You see the plank they put them on, I call it a bed. But they can spend that amount on environmental process, but not on the people who are actually supposed to be the heart of the organization. This is the time to push to let them understand that the people indeed are in the heart of that sustainability that you are trying to drive. This is our OSH advantage, and I call it the OSH advantage because many worker issues are embedded within the concept of sustainability, especially in the social. It's a unique opportunity to advance OSH using this framework. Go to the people that are saying we want to have it sustainable right now and highlight all that they need to do. Those things that they have said no to. Training, as simple as training. We need to train our people to know. They say, what are you training them for? It's not just to wear PPE. Now it's high time. It's a good time because you have the advantage. Utilizing unique opportunity to advance through this framework, utilizing a sustainability framework that provides a way to reimagine approaches to protecting workers. No, creativity and innovation has to come in right now on how you can protect workers more. This raises new issues to explore and opportunity for innovation for all of us. So this is where the learning needs to take place now. You have done it so traditionally before. Now, which are the easy way to do it? Some of us say we're going for conference, we're doing this thing. It's all about learning the new things, guys, because until you know the new thing to do, you can't do it. And some of them are already tired of your traditional solution that you have given to them, which in some places are even no longer sustainable because they are traditional control measures. So we have to start saying, what are the creative ways? What are the new innovations? How is bot? How is the bot being used? How is digital being used? How is the technology being used to control and to save or to protect the people? That is what they are looking for right now. And you need to learn it to be able to do it. Now is the time for, now as OSH professionals, to show how you can provide even more value to your organization through sustainability. I'm rounding up in 2 minutes because sustainability is what everybody is saying right now. Use what they're saying to achieve your goal. And what's your goal? Protect the people, and the organization will be profitable. More skills and competence, more leverage for us. All professionals need to be pragmatic and embrace the present emphasis on protection of people within the sustainability framework. OSH professional can get to the C-suite. This was a question I asked about 2 years ago when we're going to have safety manager becoming the CEO, CFO, COO, or whatever you call them, the C-suite in organization, because that is in the C-suite that sustainability decisions are made. And you need some skills to sit on that table to become a C-suite. That's my, when I was pushing this, I realized that, okay, but I'm no longer, I'm not like an employee. So it makes it difficult because if I'm an employee right now, guys, let me be serious with you. This should be a goal I'll set for myself in the next 5 years. Why can't I be the MD of this organization? No, come to think about it. Why is the MD coming from the marketing department or the production department or the HR department? Why is the MD not coming from the safety department? Now, there are things to learn to get there. And these are some of them: leadership management, policy making, diversity and inclusion, business management, people management, finance management, governance issues and ethics, metrics and reporting. Guys, these are heavy loads that some of us need to start building a checklist to say, how am I on my leadership management structure? What do I know about developing policy? What do I know about diversity and inclusion? What do I know about business management? If they're talking the naira and the kobos, what can I say? If they're saying something is revenue, someone is income, one is revenue, can I contribute in those conversations? No, I'm just protecting the people. It's going to be difficult for you. These are learning areas that to function well in that social sustainability as an OSH professional, more competencies, more skills must be gathered here. So you can start looking forward to saying, what else do I need to learn? As I was looking to you, I'm learning some of these things very creatively. That's why 4 years ago, I went to CIPM. I even went to their conference to advertise. I went there to speak because I need to understand people. It's not as if I don't have people around me, but those are the people that talk about what do I need to do to manage the people in the workplace. You need to learn them in order to function well and be able to eat on that table. Governance and metrics and reporting. So finally, these are social sustainability indicators that we need to start chasing. What are the training opportunities in sustainability? How would the same working practices be done? What are the things that actually make for those practices beyond what you have done traditionally? Career growth and development. Am I going to retire as a safety manager and they say there's nothing I can do? Can they see me on that organogram and say, this is the next CEO, even though it's an HSC officer right now? Guys, these are realities and they are possible. It's happening globally until you learn it. Preventing modern slavery, well-being, engaged workers, relationships. Now, this is big. I can't explain this in total, but relationship is very massive because you must build relationship before you can be on that table. Communications, how do you communicate? What kind of communication do you know? How do you talk to people? How do you get them to do what they need to do without offense? And then the sense of feeling valued. These are indicators. We can measure you against all of these guys. If you come to your workplace and say, let's measure you as an OSH professional against these indicators, where do you stand? Do they just see you as someone that is doing this, or there are other things within here that they can say, oh, that was a safety manager, oh, that guy is fantastic. In fact, the way he talks to people, oh, that was a safety manager, that one, I don't even want to see him. They mean a lot in sustainability. You can't be hated just because you think, because that's the mindset that we've always had. I'm an OSH professional, so I must be hated. That's wrong, because you don't have to be hated because you are doing your job. We need to refine that scope right now and know exactly what we're doing. In conclusion, OSH is an important part of human capital, which in turn is one of the key factors of the social pillars of sustainability. So we are a key factor in that social pillar, and we cannot neglect or relegate our importance and leave it to other people that are coming to pick it right now. The lawyers, the HR practitioners, they are there on the table now looking for a chair. You are sitting, you are not doing the right thing. They will remove your chair and they will sit on it. People are the core of any business. So the business that has safe, and this is key, the business that has safe, motivated, and engaged employees is more likely to be successful, profitable, and sustainable. This, I did not say the business that has infrastructure, or the business that have machines, or the business that have raw materials. No, the business that has a safe, motivated, and engaged employees is more likely to be successful, profitable, and sustainable. That's where we play, because we are now part of the indicators for a sustainable business. Thank you very much. And I'll wait for questions before we round up this session. Thank you very much, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Dapo. That was what hands full. So I will call on Abanom to anchor the Q&A section. So please, if you have, I know that there are already questions in the chat room now. If you want to raise up your hand, just use the raise hand button, and over to you, Abanom.
Okay, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'll be anchoring the question and answer session for this program. So as rightly mentioned by Mrs. Kemi, if you have questions, you can raise your hands. We'll call you to unmute and speak.
Yeah.
While I look at the chat box to see if I can pick questions from there. Okay. No answer up yet. We already have one question from Waimi. She asked, okay. She asked, please, sir, what certification courses can one undergo to develop their sustainability courses? Because I want to develop myself in sustainability aspect.
Okay, thank you. So very quickly, I think the first thing you should disabuse your mind from now is certification courses for sustainability, because they are not in existence as it is. There are a few of them here and there, but the key thing that is happening in sustainability now is learning the knowledge and the competence. OSH people, we are very, very, very particular about certification, and you understand that because a whole lot of aspect of OSH requires validation before somebody can access. I'll give you an example. Somebody is using a crane, somebody is using a scaffolding, somebody wants to use a gas tester. You require certification because of the equipment and what they need to do. But in sustainability today, it still stays in what we call the softer part of the whole process. Therefore, there are no very clear certification. I know some are coming up with some now. If you're in the IOSH conference on the 21st or thereabout, you can count how many conversations were around sustainability. I'm in Australia and I'm looking at the program for the next 5 days of activity in the conference. So many part of that conversation is about sustainability. Now, this is the knowledge that we're gathering now. there are not so many certification but some of the organizations that are developing content are pushing content, right? I see somebody saying there are content online that you can learn. The next thing after learning it, if it's not clear, you now look for somebody to take you by the hand and say, let's go manage this thing in our workplaces. But indeed, there are not so many like you see in OSH now as per certification. I'm doing some from institutes, they call themselves institute, the CFI Institute and all of that. But I think you can gain a lot online. IOSH is one of the first people that step out to develop a sustainability course. And let me tell you that they put that together to address this people thing that we're talking about. So it's actually a stronger part of social sustainability for people to understand how people are the core of the business. But IOSH has one right now on sustainability and how we need to learn it. But I foresee in the next coming days that a lot of our awarding body will start developing content on sustainability. But I think we should search for just the knowledge right now rather than chasing after the certificate. That's what we all look for. I think I only have one certificate in sustainability now that I can say is from an institute. Others are online courses that I do and I just keep. But for me, it's about learning what that thing is and looking for how to implement it in my workplace. My own organization now is my own place where I'm implementing sustainability as I'm hearing it. As I hear it and I say, I learned this one, let me go and see what I can do. And I think that's the way to learn now until we start getting more courses around there. Thank you very much. Yeah, IOSH Managing Sustainably. Yeah, that's a course that IOSH has put together for sustainability and it's available. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Mr. Gideon, your hand is up. Please unmute and speak.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Dapo. And like you said, it's a contribution as well as a question. There's so many informations now that you can get from the net about even the banks, like he said. Now banks are promoting sustainable mortgages, sustainable financial products, all the finance that you want to make this thing. They want to know whether what you want to take the money for sustainable enough. So like you said, the banks are championing that now. So there are a lot of information on the net you can get, even on circular economy and all that.
Yeah.
But my question, Mr. Dapo, is some of us, I mean, I have the next 8 years to retire. I'll be 55 and then I'll retire actively. But how now can we, even outside or within or outside our organization, how can we create that? How can we do that networking? So, because yes, some of us have made this in the path, gone to do financial management to understand the figures and then all those things. How do we connect ourselves now to get to that head of sustainability that will enter the C-suite? Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I think this is a platform for that, and this is why it's a mentorship platform. And you have learned something that you need to put to practice. You need people to take you by the hands. A lot of OSH people needed those taken by the hands before they became competent. So even this training that you are doing, I mean, I did a training now on ESG reporting, and I saw the way the training is being done. I'm looking for an organization now where I can practice, and I'm saying, oh, please, my guy, when you have the chance, take me by the hand. I want to go and see it being done practically. Until those things are done, you're done. So I think the growth and the knowledge around sustainability is growing right now, and you are seeing so many networks of sustainability teams that are coming up. I think we have to give ourselves to those opportunities. But more importantly, if your organization is on this sustainability track, that means they're already talking about it, then that would be a good place for you to also learn. And please invite us if your organization have such things so that we can come in, because we need to learn it. We need to learn a lot of those tools that they are using, the reporting tools, the matrices, how they're calculating it. We need to learn them in order for us to be able to be relevant in it. And you can do so much learning by book, but you can do greater knowing by being there to try it out yourself. So I think we have to continue this networking and give ourselves this opportunity so that this group, the mentorship group, can also begin to look for. We have some of our people that are already managing these processes. They are doing fantastically well in sustainability in different areas. Some of them are even on this call. We need to start linking them to say, let me follow you here now. Let me follow you to this place and learn. Because these days, if you have to pay to do the learning, you better be ready to pay, rather than saying you must pay me to come and learn. Because by the time you pay to learn, you understand how important it is for you. But indeed, we have people here that we can network with. Maybe I'll leave it to our ESCO to fish out those who are already in those spaces now and start linking them up with some of us that are interested in really doing sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dapsin, for your response. We have Oladotun Olani. Please kindly unmute and speak.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mr. Dapo. Thank you for this presentation. It is an eye-opening. My name is Dotun. I want to ask question, and the way you said on your presentation that we OSH professionals, we are already sitting on the table, and we are still waiting for them to call us. And presently at my workstation, I can say I'm sitting on the table, like you just said, because I am the one now collecting. It's a how do I say it now? I work with a company that reports to overseas, and sustainability is one of the points that is one of the things I reported every month. So we have a tool that we use. I have access to the tool, but then I will just tell you, I just collect those reports and I send it across. Anytime I hear of sustainability anywhere online, I try to join. I even mailed one of the organs of the sustainability across in Dublin to give me some insight. I really want to understand. But then we all focused on environmental sustainability, like in my own
That's
case,
right.
all about environment, the emission, and resources we're using and the likes. So, but today I learned that it's more than it. We have three pillars. We can't just neglect the others while we focus on the environmental. So, to me, my question now, it seems that I'm sitting on the table, and I don't know. I don't know who even ask to invite me. I don't know what next to do. I messaged the lady and she sent me some links for certifications online. I done some courses on SDG Academy and sustainability, and I actually gained some insights on this. But I don't know what next for me to do so that to dive in well as the case is now. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Somebody has answered you and say you are by the table, you are not on the table yet. No, that's not true. Fatu, he's on the table already. So he just needs to start to wash his hand and start eating. Okay, that's the funny note. I think, Doctor, the truth is they are asking you to supply the data, but who is generating those data? Because if you are only feeding in the data and they are doing the analysis without you, then you are not yet that place where you should know what is being done. But can I ask you to look at the social part that relate with humans and your workforce? What data do you supply in that particular foundation or that pillar? If you look at the data you give to them from that pillar, that data can be what will bring you to the table, in which case you can do the analysis in your own place and tell them, this is what I've just seen. For example, the number of workers that we have who are suffering this every month is a factor in our production. How do you get that? They will ask you to provide that data, and you need to. So you will need to, because I don't want to say that you are trying to learn, they don't want to teach you, but until they make it a domestic or they domicile it in your own local area and ask you to be the one, not just reporting it, but generating it and analyzing it, you will not have that skill that you need. And I think that's what you should start asking for. I report this all the time. Can I understand if I need to locally also look at what is happening in my own environment? What do I need to do? And again, even if it is not going to be given to you and you don't need to provide it to them, we need to start looking for people who understand those data and that can tell you and say, Dotun, this data you're getting, do you know this is what it means when you really need to push your sustainability ranking in the business? And that's the knowledge you need to start looking for right now. And again, like I said, I'm trusting that our chair here and Kemi and the rest of them can begin to signpost us to those of us who are already on this call and understand all of these intricacies already. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Lastly, we have Toluwani Adeyemi. Please kindly unmute and speak.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, clearly.
Okay. Mr. Dapper just rightly answered what I was going to say just now. And
okay.
Just want to tell everybody there's nothing to panic about. Most of us are already doing sustainability, but we just don't know it. So we need to come to this self-realization and self-consciousness that we are doing it already. For example, the framework in which sustainability thrives is ESG. That's the environment, social, and governance.
Yeah.
And I'm sure most of us are actually working with them in compliance with so many regulations. Are doing a lot of things in that aspect of governance, and also the social aspect, which is where the health and safety falls. Yeah. Everybody here is doing health and safety. Then the environment, now come to the climate change and all that. There's no one person that can do everything at the same time. It's just for you to be at the center point to drive all these things and know what the KPIs are there. Everybody knows what they should do. Who is doing this and are they competent to do all these things? You know, with that, like you said, if you're talking about a course, you might not really get it right because this is what you're already doing. You find people in HR. Why is that people in HR, people in law can actually do sustainability? Because it's not a career path maybe for engineers or for this. It's something that's everybody. Even the SDG goals and all that. It's something that applies to everybody. Diversity, question. If you know, just look at what's in the world right now. Just look at the 17
SDG
points
goals,
on the SDG. Then you will understand what this is all about, and you find out that it's all about making the world a better place. You know,
that's
if you
right.
Look at everything. When you talk about 3 Ps: people, planet, and profit. If you prioritize the people and you don't make profit, everybody will go home. If you prioritize the planet, no profit, and there's no people to work. What else is it? Then if you say only profits, and there's nobody who's going to spend the money.
That's right.
So how do you? There has to be a balance in all this. That is what it's all about. And how do you have a sustainable business? Making sure that this business, like when MD will tell me, is building a generation business. I mean, it's not looking at we that we're working at right now. It's looking at the 4th generation to come. So
that's right.
He has the insight. He doesn't even know about sustainability. I give that for free. But he's talking like what's the sustainable business?
That's right.
So just having this conscious effort, this conscious awareness about what we are doing, you know, like Mr. Dapper said, we are on the table already. I think it's that time we start and asking for what is rightly ours. You know, not waiting for them to call us. Thank you, everybody.
Right. Thank you, Toluwani. I think that's a good emphasis on what I said. We are already on the table as OSH professionals, but are we eating or are we waiting to be invited to start eating? So that's the difference. And I think that's what we need to take home very strongly here, because we are at the core of sustainability or a sustainable business, and we need to take our place. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Over to you, Madam Kemi.
All right, thank you so much, Abanon, for anchoring that section. So we have some comments. So the chat room has been engaged, and if I say I want to start reading all this, we may not go. But having said that, and I'm sure most of us must have gone to the chat room. So I call on Gideon to give the closing remark.
Thank you very much, Kemi. It's been wonderful. In fact, I've learned a lot, although I've been reading voraciously on sustainability. Even the ones on for the banks, the one for anything at all I try to read. So like I said earlier in my question before questioning, there are a lot of information on the net. Let's get that. And then also weeks, in the months to come, I can assure you that career and our mentoring subcommittee will still develop or guide people who specifically how to, take the steps, with the help of Mr. Dapo and all the others, how to guide all OSH professionals to really take a step and then we ourselves, not waiting to be invited to the table, and then we can grab our own spoon and start eating. So thank you very much. It's been wonderful. And I thank you all of you for participating. Have a very nice evening. And Mr. Dapo, have a very good morning.
Yeah, Gideon, certificate presentation. I sent you.
Gebe, do you want to present the certificate now?
No, you can go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm done. Thank you very much. I'm done.
Okay, so Gabriel, can you just present the certificate? But there's one question. Sorry, before we go to that, Mr. Dapo, someone has just dropped the question. Could you let's just take that quickly, please. In the chat room. There's a question from Peter.
I think I see the question now. How do you manage an organizational system that favors our legal department and HR without the HSC have input in critical decisions yet? The legal and HR depends on the OSH for whatever they want to claim in their information. So that's exactly what I said. You are not being seen as being on the table. Remember, legal frameworks is one of the things the organizations are most scared about. So once they hear anything legal, some will even tell you, please, don't worry, just make sure that I'm not fouling the law. So they are more at home when they are meeting the legal requirements. So some of them stay there around governance and use that. And governance is part of the ESG or the part of sustainability. But for safety, do you know also that a lot of the safety things you are doing are under the law? So if they are guided by laws, it brings you to the table to say, provision of PP, for example, is a law. We need to do it. If they are going to violate that, then you can tell them very soon that, sorry, we will be in the bad book of the lawman. So you have to bring those parts of the law that relate to OSH, labor laws, number of hours worked, the normal resting period for workers. Yes, HR think they are the one that gather the data, but you are the one, OSH, that manage it. HR gather the data, you manage it. You are the one that can tell somebody, go home, you have done 8 hours, you can't continue working here, go home now. So you have to bring yourself to that place where there can be. And again, if organizations have not set up that structure to make safety at par, use the HR and the legal to show your relevance when it comes to sustainability. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Dapo. So I'll call on Gabriel now to present the certificate to Mr. Dapo. Once again, Mr. Dapo, thank you so much. Over to you, Gabriel.
Okay, thank you. I'm sharing this the slide. I don't know whether it's visible to everyone. Can anyone confirm the visibility?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so Mr. Dapo Omalade, on behalf of IOSH West African branch and the Career and Mentoring Subcommittee, we appreciate the lecture. That's and it was a mind-opening, and personally, I also gained a lot. And interestingly, despite we put this thing at 4 o'clock, we have more than 80 people who signed up for this meeting. So, on behalf of the Institution of President, City and Heads, West African branch, we appreciate your coming, we appreciate the lecture, and we give you this token of appreciation. So the soft copy will actually be sent to you. This just appreciate your coming and the lecture that we have. Thank you, sir.
Much, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, and everyone. Thank you.
All right. It looks like another person has just dropped another question, but I think we'll just take this last one, and we will. This is so, Mr. Dapo. There's one more question in the chat room. Hello, ma'am. Sir, you're muted.
All right. Thank you. Sorry, I read it, but don't worry. So let me summarize this by telling you what may not sound so good, must not sound so cautious. But the reality is you are in the wrong place. I'm sorry, brother. Because if the company does not even understand sustainability and they think because in the whole system of the world, once a concept comes up, there's always a kind of an opposition to it that tells you it's start coming with a lot of, I've forgotten what do you use now, start coming with a lot of rumors, a lot of they tell you it's a scam. Let me tell you something. Go back to the internet and read. You'll find out that people as big as Elon Musk has called the whole process of sustainability and ESG a scam. Go online. He called it he says a scam. Is done there to, let me take you back. 30 years ago, Al Gore released a documentary that he called the Global Warning or Global Warming. And some people came out and said it was a lie. Over 30 years ago, 1992 was when he released that first documentary. 30 years later, people realized that it was not a spam. It was not a scam. It was not just something he wanted to use to bamboozle the whole world. It was the reality. So if your employer or the owner of the business is already saying sustainability is, because that's what Elon Musk said. If that's what he's already saying, then you're in the wrong place. Don't bother. Because until he changes his mind that it is not a scam, then you cannot push anything. So I don't have an advice for you to say, convince him, because the leader of the business is the owner of the business. He may be the owner of the business and he drives the business. So if that is what he has concluded, I'm sorry, it's a wrong place to work, except you just want to earn your money for as long as you want to earn the money. Because you can't push a narrative of someone who has said what you are talking about is a scam. There's no need. Even in places where people have said sustainability is true, there's still a struggle to do it, let alone somebody who says it's a scam. So that's my advice to you, brother. I'm not saying you should resign your job. You can continue to earn the money, but just earn your money until you find yourself to a place where you can practice sustainability. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, somebody's asking for the soft copy of this presentation. I'll send it to Kemi immediately after now, and it's free to share. No problem about. Thank you.
Okay, so a lot of people are really interested in this IOSH managing sustainability. I don't know that hybrid can continue the 50% discount for the course.
Can you see my face, Kemi? I'm sure you can see my face.
I like discounts, Mr. Apple. So most of the people here, including me, I would like to subscribe for that managing sustainability. So I hope you just give us that discount for the December class, please.
Okay, so let me quickly say December class is full right now.
Wow.
So yeah, I can't take more than 20 in that class and it is full. But let me also say, based on what we have always done together and all of that, I know we have attendance for this call and that attendance needs to be respected. If anybody's on this call and would like to do that course next year in the first quarter, I will still extend the same, because that cost price has gone up now in our new calendar, but I will extend the 50% to only those who are in this meeting, who is interested in taking that course in the first quarter. We will send you the link to when that will happen. And once you can reference this meeting, you will get a 50%. That means the current price for that course next year. But that will happen in the first quarter. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Dapo. You know that anytime we just call on you in IOSH West Africa, you're always answering us. So thank you for giving every one of us on this call that 50%. So in case you're interested, this thing, you can just reach out to me, or you can just reach out to me or any of the IOSH West Africa.
Yes, the course will be done. The one for December is actually virtual, so it can be done virtually or physically. The one for this December is virtual, so it can be done online. Somebody asked that question, so it can be done online. Thank you.
Okay, so it's time for everybody to show their video so that we'll just take a snapshot.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
All right. I was asking where the rest of the people were, but I think it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you. Ifeoluwa. Good to see you, brother. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Thank you all. Thanks, man.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.